The soil that had known only the soft tread of moccasins now bore a terrible scar. It was the footprint of the alien, the mark of doom. This is the saga of a tribe unified by crisis, tested by nature's devastating power, and driven forward by ancient visions. Listen closely, for the journey into fate has begun. In the cold mist of the early morning, an anomaly was found just beyond the village border.
This is how we build
a
our
large,
traps,
deep,
protect our land.
non-moccasin footprint. This was the chilling seal of an unknown enemy. Without delay, trackers from 2 tribes began following the trail with silent foreboding. The elders quickly convened in the main tepee, their faces sharp with urgency and gravity. The response was immediate. Defense. Warriors rushed to reinforce the existing windbreaks, swiftly adding new, higher logs to build formidable walls. Allied warriors demonstrated unique trap systems, passing on vital knowledge. A native woman, her protective instincts ignited, gathered the children, guiding them to the safest, central part of the camp. Night fell, bringing deep silence. At the watch post, a warrior fought exhaustion, splashing bitterly cold water across his face. The access to the sacred cave holding the sacred artifact was meticulously checked from afar. To bolster strength, allied teepees were swiftly erected, clustering tightly around the main camp for a unified defensive front. An elder took the solemn task of purification, holding a piece of the enemy's track over the fire's smoke, cleansing the air of malice. The preparations intensified. Warriors completed a final inspection of their gear, repairing every frayed shield edge and spear shaft. Then came the coordinated mounted drill. Riders from both tribes practiced the speed required to assemble at a moment's notice. A hunter found an angular, non-native enemy sign carved deep into tree bark, a direct challenge.
The horses are ready. Move quickly.
The warriors exchanged glances and nodded to each other.
Grab the canvas,
A wordless
quickly.
commitment sealed by shared peril. Vital observation posts were established around the water source.
The water is rising.
Leaders inspected a hidden escape path concealed by dense thickets, their contingency against defeat. As dawn broke, the village hung in a silent, high-tension atmosphere of
Watch out,
waiting.
the tree is falling.
The human threat was suddenly eclipsed by the wrath of nature. The river, swollen by a rapid thaw, rose with terrifying speed. A chaotic scramble began as riverside teepees were frantically dismantled. Men from both tribes plunged into the cold, swirling water to salvage essential materials. A massive, rooted tree collapsed with a thunderous crash. On the land, the retreating water had left the ground a treacherous, swamp-like mud. Heavy supplies had to be pulled laboriously through the sucking earth. The tribe began its grueling migration toward a high, safe hill. From the new vantage point, the devastation of the submerged former camp was laid bare. Reaching the high ground, the exhausted yet grateful
gathered here
tribe
today,
finally
2
rested.
tribes as one,
An elder performed a
build our
silent
homes
ritual,
and our
pleading
future.
for the relentless waters
The wind
to
has brought us
recede.
to a new home.
Despite scarcity, the women of the 2 tribes demonstrated solidarity, gathering all remaining food and dividing it into equal portions, a sacred act of sharing in hardship. The men skillfully erected the new teepees on the dry, high ground in a shared, efficient effort. Life began to adapt. A child found a dry corner to play, and an allied elder offered the main leader clean water, a gesture of respect and compassion. Sunlight struck the muddy residue left by the flood. Women began the task of cleaning, scattering fresh herbs. Warriors lit small fires around the teepees to dry the persistent moisture. An elder taught the youth survival lessons, using the marks left by the river's path. to demonstrate nature's defensive signs. The village was finally safe, orderly, and reborn on the high elevation. Under the silent moonlight, a profound calmness settled over the new settlement. With the flood controlled, the focus returned to the enemy. The elders of both tribes ascended a solitary, windswept, sacred rock to prepare for the monumental decision. A shaman began the ritual, bringing two colored stones, the symbols of their merged tribes, together. Seeking guidance, the shaman closed his eyes. His vision reflected the blurred, terrifying figures of their enemies. Jolted, the shaman immediately drew the enemy's specific weak points in the dirt with his staff, revealing the path to victory. The elders gravely studied these prophetic markings. To formally accept the fight, one elder took the heavy fur cloak, accepting the immense burden of command.
The burden of leadership is now shared.
Proving his readiness,
May our tribes
passed a harsh
prosper
physical
together.
endurance test before the Elder Council. The main ladder temporarily passed his carved staff to the allied leader, marking the final confirmation of joint military authority. Tribal women worked day and night, sewing reinforced warrior garments. A warrior sharpened his spear point under an elder's incense, formally sanctifying the weapon. The two leaders then performed a secret pact, rubbing symbolic red earth paint onto each other's wrists, a silent, binding oath of shared destiny. An elder lectured the youth on endurance, showing them lessons from winter and the flood. Children mimicked their elders, silently acting out battles against the enemy symbols they drew. Suddenly, daylight dimmed. A solar eclipse cast an eerie gloom, a supernatural warning. The tribe raised their hands in silent reverence. Guided by prophecy and the shaman's markings, the leader set the direction. Final preparations complete, the unified tribe began their decisive journey into the forest to confront the unknown enemy.